What do you need to see out of your group this week?
Just, roll our sleeves up, get back to work, right? I mean, we went over to Columbus, got our butts kicked. No other way to look at it. And I think just to a man, we've had a lot of good things go our way this season. And, we've had a good week of preparation so far. I know it's going to be a dogfight. Coach Fitzgerald has had our number most years. And this is a team that was in the Big Ten championship game a year ago. So they've lost some guys, and that's what we're preparing for, a dogfight. But it's just getting back to, doing what we've done most of the season. Didn't do it last week. But we gotta flush it. We did. We've looked at it, talked about it, and moved on. So we just got to get back to playing our style, be aggressive. You got to win early downs, right? We never got Ohio State off track, and never got them off schedule. And you can't do that not with great teams, right? So we paid a price, and now it's time to move on.
How's DeMarcus? Is he okay?
Yeah. It hasn't been the smoothest season for him. I think it started off, when he missed most of camp, and it's kind of been up and down. Had some injuries in there, but looking for him to finish strong, just like the rest of our guys. Last week was a disappointment, and we're solely focused on Northwestern. And he's one of the guys that can definitely go up there and help us get a win.
Jenkins has also been banged up a lot, but he still kind of gets out there on the field. And
he does. He and LJ have been banged up, but they're taking those next 6 days and rehabbing and staying locked in the meetings and making sure we can get them close to 100%, for game day. So it's just that that time of the season, right? You're never 100% healthy, and we've had different guys step up at different times. We've developed a little bit of depth, and we're going to rely on that as we go up there to go battle Northwestern.
You've been happy with DeMarcus. He's one of those guys giving you about 20 snaps a game or so.
Yeah, and he can help us at both spots. He backs up Branson at the 3 technique, but he can go in there at nose and do both. So he's had a good, solid first season. I think anytime you get out there and it's year one, it can be a little bit overwhelming at times. I think he's been ready physically, but sometimes the mental part can be a grind. And just like the rest of our guys, we want him to finish strong. But he's had a good, solid first year.
Taking last week out of the equation a little bit, but just how your group has kind of progressed and developed and improved throughout the year. Just when you go back to camp and look what you had and how this thing had to come, how your line had to come together. I mean, what stands out about what they've done when you look at the complete season up to this point?
Well, I think the scheme itself, I think, played to our guys' strengths. We talked about being aggressive from day one and not sitting back and sitting on our heels and being more of a read and react team, but attacking and trying to get a jump on the ball. And again, not blindly running up the field, but we attack our technique and try to establish a new line of scrimmage. So I think, we've established that type of mentality. Certainly hasn't been 100% smooth the whole way, but I think we've developed that foundation. But we've wanted to be aggressive, we want to play physical, and then we've wanted to be relentless in how we get to the football. And I think, we've established that mindset. Hasn't been 100% perfect, for the past 10 weeks, but I think it's pretty much ingrained. We're solely focused on the finish to our season, and then nothing else matters right now other than going up to Chicago and playing Northwestern.
What are you looking for from Big George here down the stretch?
Well, I mean, George has been, the opponent's offenses. I mean, they've game planned around George, right? And he's battled through double teams, triple teams all season, and he's going to continue to do that. I've just been so happy with just his mindset, his attitude, day in and day out. It's easy to get frustrated, especially when you get people to third down and constantly sliding the protection to you, bringing in tight ends to chip you, leaving backs in to chip you. But he's never batted an eye, and we're going to continue to try to do some different things, move him around, change some things up. But the other part of it too is some other guys got to step up when he's got 2 and 3 guys on him. Other guys got to win one-on-ones. Last week it was more of just the ball coming out quick. Again, we never got him off schedule, and when you don't do that, it's hard. It's hard to defend, and that was it in a nutshell. But looking forward to watching him finish. Been a pleasure watching him week in and week out, just go out and battle. He's been a great leader for our group, and that's going to continue these next couple of weeks.
Just playing at Wrigley Field, did that mean anything for you?
Well, I'm a Cubs fan, so my first time up there was in '84 when they played the Padres in the championship series. So been up there a bunch, and now playing a football game will be pretty unique. We're actually going to stop in tomorrow, on Friday, and walk around a little bit, just get a feel for it. You know, being on the same sideline will be unique. And then not being able to go past the 45, so when our guys are at the far end, there's a pretty big distance there from a signal standpoint. So we've worked all those mechanics this week. It's different, you know, and so our guys got locked in yesterday when we started going through that of just being in a different position to get the signal from us. And that'll be a pretty big dynamic, I think.
So you think you'll be able to sub as much as you have been in the past?
Yeah, I think. I mean, just knowing that the other team's subbing, right? They've got to allow you to do that. So I don't think that's going to be as big an issue as actually seeing us, right? We've got from the 45 down to the 5. So when they're at the far end, you know, it's just going to be different. Yeah. So I don't know. I've never gone through it, so it'll be interesting for me too.
Just what have you seen from Northwestern so far? They've, been a little inconsistent so far this year, but what do you think they'll kind of line up with on Saturday?
Well, they're going to come out and try to run the football. You know, that's what Coach Fitzgerald's teams do. You know, get the run game going. That sets up the pass. You know, they've kind of had, I don't want to say a revolving door, but they've played 3 different quarterbacks. So that tells you right there how important that position is to a team. And but they've got good players. You know, they've got a good physical offensive line. The running back, I think, is we're going to see good backs week in and week out. But I think 26 is a really, really good player. When a guy can take one 65, 70, 75, whatever he did against Michigan, that speaks for itself. So, and then the transfer from Bowling Green, number 11, gives him a good 1-2 punch. So just a physical football team, ton of respect for him. I've known Pat for a long time. And this team's got a lot of pride, and they're going to come out there on Saturday expecting to win a football game, so we're going to be in for a battle.